That blessing reminds us that the grain has to be grown, it has to be harvested. Our food has to be raised. It has to then be harvested and then transported somewhere to us. Uh, there's a whole process. It just doesn't magically appear. And we have to be mindful. It reminds us to be aware of that. At Shalom Institute, at our overnight camp, when we begin every session of kids coming to camp and we teach them about the blessings, we talk about the Hamotzi, about where the whole process of how and where our food comes from, all the different systems. And if you peel those systems back, if you look behind the supermarket and see see where these things come from and how the food is being raised and harvested, it really, as we learn more and we educate more people about these different processes, we can really see some of the roots, the systems that are roots to our ecological crises, how things are raised, how things are grown, how things are transported, what some of the ecological challenges that we're facing are all connected, really. I mean, in many ways, a lot of them are connected to the food, and how it's being prepared and how it's being raised. And this, for me, and I think in our Jewish tradition, really understanding that, and the mindfulness and the holiness, it really connects to all the different Jewish ecological values that are key. Being good stewards, shomrei adamah, keepers of the earth, for not wasting, to taking care, ethical treatment of animals, tzarei balei chayim. These are all part of that, but it only comes from this consciousness. And I think the blessings provide that individual consciousness. In our camp and in our faith communities, we do it as a community. But I really think that as we do this, we need to have a collective consciousness. And I think those blessings begin that, because that's the only way that I believe that we are going to make significant change, to have a tipping point. I think the good news is that I think there is a collective consciousness happening. And hopefully by being mindful, slowing down, seeing eating as a holy, as a spiritual experience, we're able to understand all these systems, educate ourselves about these systems, how the food comes to us, how it's being sourced, processed, raised in an ethical and spiritual manner.